There you go, Gingerbread Millionaires. Warm gingerbread, buttery ginger caramel and a chocolate top. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, Gingerbread Millionaire Bars. We're taking the classic, putting a festive twist on it. Oven on 175 thereabouts. In here I have plain flour or all-purpose flour, a little bit of baking powder, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, want a little bit of ground cloves, want some cinnamon, and we want some ginger. So in there, mix it all in. Whew, that's a cracking smell right there. Bring on the festive season. In there, a little bit of milk, a little bit of melted butter. And we're going to hit that up with a little bit of golden syrup. A couple of tablespoons in there. Just bring that in. I want to form up a dough. Oh, there's some goodness right there. Now I am using a spoon, as you can see. I would normally get my hands in, but for this we're going to bring it in with a spoon to start off with, because the golden syrup and everything is as sticky as heck. There's no point getting clattered up right from the start. I would say that that's a pretty good dough going on in there. Look at that thing. Okay, this tin is a 10 by 7. You can use an 8 by 8, but when I make bars and things like that, I always go for an oblong tin. Always. It's just better for me when I cut it into bars. I'm not bothered about squares. I'd rather have oblongs, like bars. Okay, I've lined it. I've not greased it. I've just put parchment paper in, as you can see. Right, we want to get that dough in there. Just like that. And then what we have to do is give it a little bit of a smoothing out in there. That's our base. Hands in, look, a lot easier. Right, we want a smoothie on this. Now, it doesn't have to be super smooth. We're going to cover it in a caramel, obviously, like you would any millionaire bars. That's as smooth as I won't get it. I won't smooth it anymore. That is going in the oven for about 12 to 15. Come on. Okay, let's have that out of there. There we go. That's our little gingerbread base. Right, we can't do no more with that. We have to let that cool down completely. Let it cool completely, and then we're going to put some caramel over there and chocolate. Come on. Okay, while this is cooling down, still very warm actually underneath, but we're going to make a caramel. A quick caramel to go over the top of there, and then we'll cool it all down and it go in the fridge for an hour to set up. So we want to get a little pan on. Pan of choice, it doesn't matter. So we want to be going in the pan, a little bit of sugar. In there, salt. Always a little pinch of salt with sugar, you know. In there, butter. Sweetened condensed milk, not evaporated milk. And we're going to do 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. Of course we are. Want to put a little flame on? Just going to melt it all together. Now I'm going to do a little sneaky one here, and this is completely optional. I'm just going to put a little bit of ginger in there, and that is going to boost up that sweet caramel gingerness. Oh, come on, in we go. Now we're going to cook this low and slow for about 8 to 10 minutes, and that is going to give us a really nice caramel. Nice little stir on there occasionally. We don't want this thing sticking on the bottom. Don't forget it's a pan full of sugar. Okay, that's about 8 minutes. That's flame off. That's our caramel. All we're going to do now is let it cool a little minute, and then we're going to tip it on top of that gingerbread base. So just let that cool. Now don't let it cool completely. It has to be pourable to pour on there. Okay, once it's cool enough, on there. You don't really have to do much with this. You can give it a tip tap if you want. It doesn't really matter. We're going to chuck chocolate on there. Right, let that cool down, and then it goes in the fridge for an hour minimum. You know, you can go longer than that, it doesn't matter. And then we're going to put a load of chocolate on the top of there. Okay, we got this fantastic Millionaire's bar coming together. What, a little bit of melted chocolate on there, don't we? Come on. Nice and straightforward. Heat up a pan, chuck your chocolate in. You can do it any which way you want. You can double boil it, anything. Just melt your chocolate and get it on there. I am just going to add a splash of milk. I wasn't going to, but I am. Give that a little bit of a melting in there. And then we're going to chuck in a little bit of butter. Flame off. We don't need any more flame. That's melted enough. I've got a little bit of butter. Just bring it in for that glossiness on there. That'll do. Now we're not going to make this too fancy on the top of here. It ain't going to be smooth. What I'm going to try and do is cool this down a little minute, and then I want to try and get a bit of layer on there if I can. So put like wavy bits on or whatever. I don't just want a smooth top. Okay, I've just transferred it into something a little bit cooler, so it'll cool down a little bit quicker, hopefully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer on now, and I'm going to hold some back, I hope. So let's give that a little one of these, see if it'll move round our, and put a base on there. It's going. Okay, there's a posh top if you wanted it posh. Okay, come on, let's daub some of this on. It doesn't matter how it goes on. We just want a bit of a top on there like that, a bit of unevenness. Everybody to their own, you can have it as smooth as you like. That'll do for me. Now hopefully it's not going to sink in. It's going to have that little bit of an effect on there. And you know, we can always go over the top of here with a sprinkling of sea salt. Right, we just got to let that cool completely. Now, best thing to do is stick that in the fridge and let it set up. Come on. Okay, we need to be getting that out of that tin onto there. Oh yeah. How simple is that? This smells off the charts. You can smell the gingerbread, you can smell the caramel. Oh yeah. Warm that knife. We're in. Let's go straight down there. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Yes, please. Warm that knife, come on. There you go, Gingerbread Millionaires. Warm gingerbread, buttery ginger caramel, and a chocolate top. Oh, come on. Look at that gingerbread base. Oh, I love gingerbread. You ready? Oh, I'm ready. Oh. Oh, gooey caramel. Oh, flipping heck. Oh, flipping heck. That is amazing. Oh man, that is just so good. That gingerbread works so well with the caramel and the chocolate. Oh man. Oh. Oh, goo. That is the ultimate millionaire bar. Oh yeah. So there you go. That is our gingerbread millionaire bar. It's sensational. If you like what we're doing, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make this gingerbread millionaire bar. And if you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. We'll catch you in the next video.